Federal University of Minas Gerais. I work with Professor Ana Clara Ribeiro, Ana Clara Moura, and I'll talk to you about the workshop that we made the last June in Bologna. The title is The Future of Navile area or sector of Bologna, and we use GEODESIGN. How works this? Okay. So the theme was made by me and by the architects Gustavo Tinoco, Adolfo Martinez, and the engineer and architect Susana Patat. It's a collaboration with the University of Federal University of Minas Gerais and the University of Bologna. And we have to say thank you also for Professor Simona Tondelli, Professor Ana Clara Moura, and also for Luca Argentino and Benedetta Gattarosa that they helped me to do this presentation. So here there are some data or characteristics about the area, and it's this image is an image of Navile, the district. Take the name of this river. It's not a natural river. It was built to connect Bologna to Venice. So this river goes to the River Po and after to the Adriatic Sea and Venice. And here there is a big structure made by an engineer, famous engineer. It's like the Italian Niemeyer, Engineer Nervi. It's a structure that is empty nowadays. And this district is, it's important to say that in this district there are a lot of parts that are with no occupation. The buildings are empty, so it's a very strategic for the municipality of Bologna to transform places like this. This is the Navile sector. This is more or less where the river cut this area into parts. There are three neighborhoods. The first one on the left side, at the west. This area is on the north. It is the center of Bologna, and between the center and this area there is the railway station. So it's a big barrier. And this first neighborhood, it's with low density. This boundary is made by the Reno River, and so it's a lot low densities, and with the presence of water. There is little lakes. The river is natural bed, so when in the period with the rains, sometimes there are some floating areas, and the river occupies these areas. Also, this neighborhood is cut by a highway that connects the north of Italy. In this way, you go to the Milano and the south of Italy. And there is also another important X, that is this highway that connects Bologna to Padua. So this neighborhood has these characteristics: low density. It's and there are a lot of parts that are really empty. And so the other neighborhood, Corticella, represents a gateway to Bologna from across the northern plain. And the name derives from the Latin curtis, which describes its nature as a rural area. Curtis was the part of, it's a part of the rural and the farms where the animals grows. So in this east part there are a lot of rural activities, but on his west part the neighborhood grow with a lot of industry. And after is the third neighborhood named Bologna, was founded at the end of 19th century as a working class neighborhood. Is where born the Communist Party of Italy, and there is a concentration of factories and popular residence. Today is a very dense neighborhood with the largest number of foreign inhabitants of Bologna, and there is a lot of young people. And in this area there are also a lot of projects made by the city of Bologna and the region of Emilia-Romagna. This area is the ex-Mercato Ortofrutticolo. It's the area where was sold vegetables and fruits. It's a very big area, and there is also a big project with the project means to reconstruct the area and also give the use of the structure that we saw before, that is was made by Navile, the big structure in concrete. So the intervention in this area is almost 1,000 square meters. And after we have this part in the Lami neighborhood, it's Nuovo Comparto, Bertaglia, Lazzaretto. There are a lot of projects for new homes, offices, shops, public spaces, and new university sector. Urbanization and transport works will serve to connect the new centrality. There will be also a people mover line from the airport that is in this part. And the intervention is almost 25,000 square meters. And it's planned also a station of this people mover, this line of people mover. The third big project is Ex Manifattura Tabac. It's a big building built in the 1950s and 1960s. And the building will host the Bologna Technopole, so a center for innovation, experimentation, and research. The project includes the redevelopment of a part of the buildings already present and the construction also of new structures. And it's also a big intervention, more than 100,000 square meters. And the last is Ex Caserma Sani. It's a transformation project of a military plant, and the project wants to build social housing, offices, shops, school, and social health services. And this project is more than 50,000 square meters. So as you can see, there's a lot of big projects in this area, and it means that it's a priority for the city of Bologna, and also priority for the region. So this project was made with the intention to create participatory planning and decisions. And this activity started from 2004 until 2006. And here we have the method, the strategy, the method that was used for define these projects. But as you can see, the projects for us are intervention that doesn't intend the sector as an unique part of the city and so they don't have the intention to develop all these areas. Okay, so I showed these are the objectives divided in three great intentions: territorial dimension, social dimension, and economic dimension. The first objective is to think about the future of this area and better future. So these objectives helps to do that. We made the evaluation maps. We defined we defined 8 systems plus one that we call other, and we include in this last system the project that we saw before. So there are the systems, and this is the last one, the projects. So we made the diagrams, the proposal of the diagrams for each system, and after we divided the groups by actors, people that was in the workshop was from all of Italy, and but they were academics, engineer and architect and planners. So we divide in administrator, people who loves the environment, businessmen, and people of the place. And we saw in this line is the first iteration, and in the second line is the second one. And after we merge the groups, the people who love the earth with the public administrators, and the businessmen with the people of the place. So as you can see, there are a lot of projects, and also there is a lot of politics. This is the final results. This is the last negotiation stage. This is the analysis of the impacts, and this is very interesting because we can see which is the system that probably is the most important for the people who decide this result. And about that, we do an analysis, and we take each iteration made by each actor, and we compare the system that has the most diagrams and politics. We compare with the final result, that is this one. And we saw that the businessmen are the actor who made the decision most closely to the final. So comparing the proposal of the third phase, we know that the proposal made by the group of businessmen and the resident is one that is close to the final proposal. The four systems are most important with a lot of diagrams, to the same of the final result. The only difference is the housing system, which is located at the 5th position, which is undermined by the 7th in the final proposal. But it's necessary, I have to say that it's interesting that this system, it's activity, economics, and production, is the last one in any iteration. So we guess that is probably this depends and is related to the knowledge and to the backgrounds of these actors, all planners, all architects. So this is the result of the workshop. We guess that it's our interesting solutions, and we send this example to the city of Bologna, and we hope that we can work together with them. So thank you very much.